said, no, we're actually, they just started so people can know me. I look bad. Let's see. Don't mind us, we're just waiting for folks to get on
Maylin saying, good morning, everyone. Hey, Richard. Oh, hey, Craig and Nathan and Sierra. Roxanne, good morning. William, Ray.
You cannot sing that song.
No. Yeah, Willie Ray.
Is that Billy Ray?
Yeah.
All right.
10:29.
Is that Swedish time?
Yeah.
I love it.
Turn on the heat. It's sweating over here.
Somebody did.
I thought I had to turn it off.
Morning, Darlene and Shauna.
I can feel my menopause.
Menopause.
I'm 37, man. That's exactly what I'm saying. All right, let's
You
get
only
it.
last for 2 hours, but when you
All right, church, community of Yale Prairie. Thanks for joining us this morning, and we just want to enter into worship this morning. The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in night, darkness tries to hide, trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. How great Holy majesty, let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. And how great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? Oh, see how great is our God? How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? Oh, see how great is our God. Oh, he's the name above all names. Worthy of all praise. My heart will sing how great is our God. He's your name. He's the name above all names. Worthy of all praise. And my heart will sing how great is our God. Walking around these walls, I thought by now they'd fall, but you will never fail me yet. Waiting for change to come, knowing the battle's won. For you will never fail me yet. I know the night, won't last. Your word will come to pass. My heart will sing your praise again. Jesus, you're still enough. Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. 'Cause you promised. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never, you promised. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You Goodness on the mountain, saw your love down in the valley, and your grace it still surrounds me. God, you've been good to me. Yes, you've been good to me, and I have breath, and I have breath inside my body, and I have life inside my bones, and I cannot help but praise you. God, you've been good to me. Yes, you've been good to me. My soul sings. My soul sings. My soul sings. My soul sings. With all my I love you, Lord. You're my first love. You're my reward. And through the years, you've been good to me. So good to me. So good to me. With all my heart. With all my heart. I love you, Lord. 'Cause you're my first love. You're my reward. And through the years, you've been good to me. So good to me. So good to me. I feel your goodness. I feel your goodness on the mountain. I saw your love down in the valley, and your grace it still surrounds me. God, you've been good to me. Yes, you've been good to me. And I have breath, and I have breath inside my body. I have life inside my bones, and I cannot help but praise you. God, you've been good to me. Yes, you've been good to me. My soul and my soul sings. My soul sings. My soul sings. My soul sings. With all my I love you, Lord. You're my first love. 'Cause you're my reward. And through the years, you've been good to me. So good to me. So good to me. And I'm dancing. Dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful, dearest Father, dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful, dearest Father, dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful, dearest Father, dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful than all. In other words, there's nothing left I love sings to you. Oh, oh, oh. Other words, there's nothing left I love sings to you. Oh, oh, oh. Other words, there's nothing left I love sings to you. Oh, oh, oh. Other words, there's nothing left I love sings to you. Oh, my soul.
I'm so in love with you. You're beautiful, so beautiful. I fix my eyes on you. You're beautiful, so beautiful. I'm so in love with you. You're beautiful, so beautiful. I fix my eyes on you. You're beautiful, so beautiful.
We just one look, everything changes. I'm captivated. I'll never be the same. We just one look, everything changes. I'm captivated. I'll never be the same. We just one look, everything changes. I'm captivated. I'll never be the same. We just one look, everything changes. I'm captivated. I'll never be the same. Dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful. Dearest Father, closest friend, most beautiful, always. In other words, there's nothing
love the worship this morning. And I hope that this morning, where you are able to enter in. I just kept thinking of that line in the song, with just one look, with just one look. With one look, I'm captivated, with one look. And this morning, I pray that for you. I want to read Deuteronomy 31:8. It says, the Lord himself goes before you, and he will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged. You know, no matter what is ahead for us, with this virus, with your job, with your family, however you feel like your hands are tied right now, know that he is with you. He's with you where you are. And man, that brings peace. That brings peace. And so this morning, let's go to him in prayer. God, I pray for each one this morning. They don't know what tomorrow brings. God, their employment, their family, a loved one, somehow they're touched by this pandemic going on. But God, I pray that in the midst of the storm that we're all in, that Jesus, we would be reminded that you never leave us, you never forsake us, you're with us. And God, with just one look, you can bring peace, you can bring joy, you can bring contentment, even in the middle of what we're facing. And God, even this morning as I'm watching on Facebook, and I'm here presently, but God, I'm seeing different people reach out for prayer. God, for Iona this morning, for Cindy, for John, for Craig's friend Bella. God, so many more that aren't even mentioned right now. God, we just lift them up in prayer and ask that you bring healing. And we're just thankful that we can trust you. There's no one else trustworthy like you. And we thank you for that, God. In Jesus' name, amen. This morning I invite you to also, hopefully this week we'll put out a little message to update you on how the church is doing during this pandemic with not only the building and what's going on here, but also financially. And so we'll include in the link a link to Tithe Online, where you're welcome to mail it or drop it by. But we miss seeing your faces so much and rubbing shoulders with you. And I pray that you're all well and that you have a great week.
So, how's everybody doing? I know you can't actually answer me, but I know that you're thinking about it. Maybe this morning you tuned in because you want to forget. You want to forget what's going on outside the four walls of your home. Just like we always like to forget when we come to church. What's going on outside our church walls. But we always recognize that all those things affect us. I was on a conference call with pastors over the entire nation and got to hear them asking questions of the person who was overseeing the call. And it just dawned on me, wow, this really is affecting everybody, not just our community, our state, but this nation, this world. And hearing the questions and the tears and the prayers that pastors in Louisiana, California, Wisconsin, Minnesota, East Coast, it was just amazing. And I know for me this last week, we're doing good. We're just as frustrated as you might be about being limited in what we can do, but I'm beginning to mourn all the things that are not going to be able to happen that normally happen around this time. And as I begin to mourn those things, I went to the Lord and I said, Lord, what is going on? What do you have for me to address these feelings of loss, these feelings of expectations that aren't going to be met? And just begin to feel almost everything. Feel what business owners are feeling what parents of students are feeling, parents of graduates are feeling, people that had plans that are getting set aside, people that have made plans and now those plans, we don't even know when that's going to happen. When are things going to get back to normal to the point where you can actually have functions and do things together and have those special memories and those special gatherings that make our lives rich. And as usual, God takes me to a portion of Scripture that seems to have nothing to do with what I'm asking him. He drew me to Psalms 23, a portion of Scripture that I usually read at the bedside of people who are sick, people who are dying, or read it at a funeral of people who have died and people that are left behind. And I'm thinking, Lord, why am I reading Psalm 23? But he said, read it. So I did. I did share thoughts on verse by verse Psalm 23 a few years ago. I'm not going to do that today, so don't feel like you're going to have to go ahead and get a sandwich for the trip, because we're not going to go there. I'm not going to break it down like I did back then. But I am going to pull out a few thoughts from the entire passage to help us understand how to weather today's circumstances and ultimately tomorrow's circumstances as well, whatever those might be. I'll be reading from the New Living Translation, Psalm 23, verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd. I have all that I need. He lets me rest in green meadows, and he leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength, and he guides me along right paths, bringing honor to his name. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. You prepare a feast for me in the presence of my enemies. You honor me by anointing my head with oil. My cup overflows with blessings. Surely your goodness and unfailing love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will live in the house of the Lord forever. Three things I want to pull out from this scripture today. The first thing is he wants to lead us. Lead us into our future, the future that he has for us. There is a future. I know that right now, there are many states that are reopening businesses, but of course they're reopening those businesses with certain limitations. And who knows how the public's going to respond to those things. I know that our governor, and again, pray for our governor, that God will give him wisdom and guidance. And people that are around him that give him advice will go ahead and have the ear of God to hear God's voice too, as he makes preparations. But again, we have no idea when this is going to end. We know that the coronavirus will never end, but we also know that at some point the stay-at-home orders will end. At some point businesses will open again. At some point schools will open again. But because none of those things are for certain, we don't know what the future holds. But God does. And he's leading us to those things. The first verses talk about this twice. The Lord is my shepherd. I have all I need. He lets me rest in green meadows. He leads me beside peaceful streams. He renews my strength, and he guides me along right paths, bringing honor to his name. None of us can predict our futures. No one can tell us when things are going to get back to normal, but God knows all about our future. And because of that, we have hope. But the question is, are we willing to be led? I know for a while in this whole situation, I was at a standstill. I didn't want to move into figuring out how to deal with this shutdown. I just wanted things to go back to normal. And so I was just hesitating to make any sudden changes. It was basically just day to day figuring out how we're going to adjust to this and then be ready when it's opening. Now it's like we've been in this in 6 weeks now. And we're finally going, okay, if this is where we're going to be right now, we need to go ahead and embrace it and go ahead and move through it and take these opportunities and take advantage of these things while they are the way they are, because obviously God is going to still move. He's still going to work in us. He's still going to do His thing. He's not going to be stopped by any of this. So how can we be a part of that plan instead of always wanting to go back to the old plan? Are we willing to be led by Him? Now, I know for me, if I know where I'm going to be taken to, I don't mind being led. But God does not tell us where He's taking us. He says, trust me and follow me. In 1991, I made one of the best decisions of my life. I married Susie Schober. I didn't hear an amen back there, Dave. Okay. But when I married my wife, I also married her dog, Megan. And believe me, I didn't want to, but my wife's pretty awesome, so I thought, I'll deal with the dog. I'm sorry for all you dog people, your pet people out there. I am not a pet person. I did have a dog as a kid. I had several dogs. But our dogs were like outside. We would put food in the dish, but just trusted them, and when that dish ran out, that they'd find something else to eat. We had a dog house, but there was no leash. Our dog ran free. There was no fences. And so what he did at night didn't matter to us. If he came back, if he didn't come back, as long as he was there when we wanted to play with him, he was never allowed in the house. In fact, we would take him in the house and play with him, and then get him out right away as soon as we saw Mom and Dad come in. Could not figure out how Mom and Dad knew that the dog had been in the house. Obviously now, I know why. You could smell that they were there. But since that time, I just have never been really a pet person. To me, it was just another mouth to feed, another thing to take care of, and I didn't want that added to my life. But because of my guy, it doesn't take me very long to get ready in the morning. Women tend to take us a little bit longer. And so my wife would always ask, hey, will you take the dog out? Well, I didn't want to take the dog out because I didn't want anything to do with the dog. But my practical side said, if I take the dog out now, we'll be able to get gone sooner because she don't have to take the dog out after she's finally finished taking care of getting ready. So I said, yes, I'll take care of the dog and take the dog out. When we first began to take her out, we were living in West Seattle. And so we took her out on a leash, which meant that I had to go wherever she went. And I did not like being led around. In fact, if it took more than 2 minutes, I was yelling at her, come on, you've been here before, you know this terrain, you've been here every day, several times. You can find your spot, find it quicker. Quit sniffing everywhere and then going over here, and then going over there, and then going over here. Just get it done. There are times when I would yank. Just to let her know, I'm here, and I'm impatient, and I'm not going to wait much longer. I did not like being led around by this dog. When we moved to Montesano, it ended up being a little easier because our dog was not really a flight risk. She knew where her food came from and where her comfort was. And so we were able to take her outside without a leash anymore, which was better. I didn't have to follow her everywhere, but I still had to wait. I don't like waiting, and I don't like having to be led around. I want to go where I want to go and not be dependent on somebody else or someone else leading me. We all struggle with this. We want to be the one who decides the direction we go. But God is saying, trust me. Let me lead you to peaceful streams, quiet waters. We have to trust Him to lead us where He knows we need to go. Even if it doesn't look like a peaceful stream, God will make it there. What keeps me sane in this whole situation that we're experiencing together is that this situation is not a surprise to God at all. It may not be in His perfect plan, I don't know how it could be, but I guarantee you He does have a plan for each one of us through it. Follow Him, and it just might lead to peaceful streams. It might just lead to quiet waters. Not necessarily around you, but in here. And there He will renew your strength. Whereas in NIV says it, and I love this phrase much better, it says He will refresh your soul. Do you need your soul refreshed today? I know I did last week. As we started the 6th week of this, I'm thinking, this is just sapping my energy. It's sapping my strength. It's taking away all of my vision for the future and just about how do I make it through the next week. And that's not how God wants us to live. He doesn't want to live as survivors. He wants us to live in Him, in abundance. And you're thinking, how can we do that in this situation? I don't know, but He does. He has a way to go ahead and make the situation bloom in ways that we could never imagine if we just get our blinders off and try and see everything that God is trying to show us. I want us to just stop and right now, I want to go ahead and pray for refreshing for each one of us. Father, I just thank you, Lord God, that you lead us to quiet waters. And I pray right now for those, Lord Jesus, that have a storm in their heart right now, in their mind, Lord Jesus. They can't see around this COVID thing. They can't see around the chaos that it's caused. They can't see around all the things that have stopped functioning and all the things that are changing so rapidly, Father. And it's caused us distress. It's caused an uneasiness in our spirits. And I pray for you to refresh our souls, that you'll pour into us today and bring strength and bring renewed vision and renewed opportunity. Help us to see, Lord Jesus, what you see in Jesus' name. Amen. He's leading us. Not only is He leading us, but it says in that scripture, He's guiding us. When we first came to Young, we were youth pastors, and we discovered a real gem event. You know, whenever you're a youth pastor, you're always trying to figure out that event that's going to cause youth to come, that want to be a part of it. You know, you're trying to get the biggest event possible, so what can we go ahead and do that'll bring in the most people? And we discovered in our first couple months there, got a flyer in the mail, and I shout out to Carla Sullivan for showing it to me. Rutledge Farms Corn Maze. Had never experienced one before, had no idea what it was about, but thought, here's something unique. It's set in October, so it's seasonal. Let's go ahead and go for it. Let's do this. And we ended up doing it every year. And even after we became lead pastors, we ended up being a part of it anyway. We take our kids and be a part of it too. It's an amazing opportunity. If you ever get a chance, when we finally get open again, and they allow you to go ahead and do stuff like this, Rutledge Farm Corn Maze, check it out. When we went to this, they gave us a map. Now, I'm a map person. I'm a person who wants to know where I'm going, where I'm at, where I'm going to, and what's the end result. Also, in this map, they had stations that you're supposed to go ahead and find. They had them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's actually 2 different mazes, so you had 6 different locations in each maze. Well, that fed into my desire to finish things, to accomplish things, to complete things. And so I went in with the idea, give me the map, I'm going to find all these areas, and I'm going to go ahead and get that little punch card in the card so I can say I finished this. Well, we always took our kids, and in fact, we took several other people's kids. I know that, shout out to the Frenches, shout out to the Greens. My kids love playing with their girls, and so we would hang out together, and they would all kind of go with us, and they say, Dad, you got the map? And I go, yep. And they go, okay. So they'd take off running, out in front of me, way out in front, but as soon as they got to the intersection, left or right or straight, they'd stop and they'd go, Dad, which way? and I would check my map, and I go, right. They'd start heading right. And I wouldn't even see where they were going. They'd leave my field of vision. But as I turned the corner, they'd be waiting. Dad, which way? Give me a second. Okay, left. And we would do this through the entire maze until all of us would go ahead and go from point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody did their punches, and we'd leave the maze and go, we did it. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed having the map. I enjoyed knowing where I'm going. I enjoyed accomplishing. God is the one with the map in life, though. We don't have it. We have our map, but our map has to continually change because our map has already been upended, uprooted because of what's going on right now in our world. But God's map has not been upended. God's map is already complete. And He's willing to guide us on the right paths because we have His name on our hearts. We need to be willing to ask Him which way and then do it. Even if it doesn't look right, even if it doesn't feel right, follow His direction. Don't trust your heart, trust His. He is leading and guiding us. Trust Him and allow Him to do it. Not only is He leading and guiding us, but He's beside us. It says in verse 4, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me, and you prepare a feast for me in the presence of my enemies. And you honor me by anointing my head with oil, my cup overflows with blessing. Not only is He in front of us, leading us, and guiding us, He is beside us. He is present in our present circumstances, and He cares. 12 years ago, my family and I walked through one of the most difficult challenges of our lives. After 10 years, Susie got pregnant again. Not sure how that happened. But it really was amazing. It was a complete shock to us, but it was exciting. We're like, wow. This kid, when he's born, I'm going to be like in my 60s when he's born. It's just like nuts. It really rocked our world, but it rocked it in a good way. But after being pregnant for 5 months, we found out that our son's life was in jeopardy. And 2 weeks later, my wife didn't feel any movement anymore. The next day we went into the hospital and they checked and there was no heartbeat. Isaac James passed away on August 20th, 2008. I don't do very well with emotions. I'm not sure if it's my upbringing or just my makeup or who I am and my heritage. But I just learned to ignore feelings, pretend like they weren't there. And if I just continued to act like they didn't matter, like everything was okay, then everything would be okay. I would just take my feelings and I'd stuff them away and bury them. It had worked sufficiently for a while, but in January, after about 3 months, I was asked to go to the bedside of a father who was dying. And I couldn't go. I couldn't do it. And I apologized to the lady. I said, look, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm just not ready. And of course, when I wasn't able to do it, and I felt bad about not being able to do it, I thought, what is wrong with you, Carlson? You could do this easily in the past. What has changed? What is going on with you? But I just kept on going. Until late January of 2009, I literally couldn't get out of bed. I was so depressed. I was so discouraged. I was so hurt. I was so wounded. I did not understand why God would allow this child to come into our life and then take him away so suddenly. What kind of God does that? What kind of friend does that? What kind of a person who loves you does that? And I struggle with that. When it started to get bad, where I not only couldn't get out of bed, when I did get out of bed, all I did was lay on the floor and curl up and sob. My wife thankfully called in help. I want to thank Don Dietrich and the Northwest Ministry Network for coming alongside of me, for not judging me, but just being there to care for me, and put me in touch with a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, whatever you want to call him, which I had never been to before, and encouraged me to go. I didn't want to do it, but I wanted to get healed. I wanted to get better. I did not want to stay in bed. I did not want to stay on the floor. I knew I had more life to live, but I knew I had to face this pain, even though it was overwhelming. And it was overwhelming. So my wife made a phone call and set me up to meet with Dr. Tom Newman. God rest his soul. He passed away several years ago, but I want to thank him posthumously and his family for his investment in my life. I would not be here today without him. He drew out of me real emotions. He got me to talk about what was going on and why I was hurting so badly. Through the tears, he's able to help me to navigate through it, to tell me, Brad, you're normal. What you're experiencing is completely normal. You don't need to feel bad about your tears. You need to feel good because you're healing. You need to talk about this stuff. You need to get it out. You need to tell somebody how you're feeling. You need to acknowledge that you're having those feelings. I always left this office in pain. My heart would just ache for days. But it was that same feeling you get when you would go to a gym and you'd work out. Your muscles would hurt. But it's because you worked them. It's because you were building this. And I knew that the pain was a good pain. It was a pain that I'm healing from. And I want to thank everybody that helped me on that path to help me heal. But I also recognize that it was God that was with me through those people. He's the one that put them in that place to help me. He was the one that orchestrated all of it to be beside me and comfort me in my time of need. I recognize his hand in all of it. And even though I still don't understand why he allowed my son to pass, I do know that he was beside me through the entire journey. And he'll be beside all of us. He will be with us through all of this and beyond. Reach out to him and get the comfort you need. In fact, I want to just pause right now and pray for comfort right now for each one of us. Father, I thank you that you're beside us. I thank you, Lord God, that you see what's going on in our lives and you care about it. You may be allowing it for certain reasons, Lord God, that you may never share with us, but we trust you, Lord God, and ask for your help. Ask for your strength. Ask for your courage. Ask for your comfort. In that quiet voice that says, I'm here. Be that to each person, Lord, right now, that hears these words. Amen. He leads us. He's beside us. He's also following us. It says in verse 6, surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. His love will follow us wherever we go. His goodness will follow us wherever we go. Why is it such a big deal? It's a big deal because we all have a past, and not all of our past is good. And even though a lot of our past is good, the past that is not good, we know it. We know what we've done. We know what we've said. We know how we've acted. We know what we thought. We know who we've hurt. We know what damage we've caused. We can't forget. And so does the enemy of our soul. He knows what we've done, and he likes to remind us of those things, and reminds us of those things so that he can get us to withdraw from God and to stop believing that we have forgiveness. That we have a chance, that we have an opportunity, that we have a second go, second chance. The enemy of our soul is the one who wants to destroy us, and he will use our past to do that. So God steps in, and by sending his son to die on the cross, to pay for our sins and raise him from the dead, he has made it possible for our past to be forgiven. Period. But what about period? Forgiven. There's no level of sin. There's no sin level that, well, he'll meet this level, but he won't. No, all of it. Done, gone, forgotten, forgiven. No strings attached. No exclusions, no exceptions, no fine print. A few years ago, we received a vacation package that said if you listen to this talk, you'll get 2 free nights and 3 days in an amazing hotel in the place of your choice. We were very excited about this because we'd never been to Las Vegas before as a family. And so we got these 2 nights and 3 days and combined it with some other timeshare stuff that we had to go ahead and make a vacation that was like multiple locations. But when we got to this hotel, it was disgusting. I should have talked with you about some of that. I forget all the stuff that was wrong with it. But even while we were doing the spiel downstairs and we left our sons in the room alone and came back later, they said, we think there's a ghost in this building. Because we were hearing things and seeing things and we made a decision right there. We had already done the spiel. So my wife called down and says, hey, can we just leave? They said, you've already seen the spiel, so you can go. We checked out early and headed out. We wanted nothing to do with this place. I'm not going to give you the name of it, but if you want it later, talk to us. Avoid that place like the plague. I wish we would have seen the fine print. I wish we would be able to see this, what it was really like. We got caught up in the lights. God says if we confess our mistakes, he'll forgive us, period. If you confess, if you admit it, done. Moving forward, guess what? That doesn't go with you anymore. His love, his goodness, it ends right there. End of discussion. So when the enemy says that the reason we are suffering right now is because of what we did in our past, is a lie. It's not true. We've been forgiven. God has a plan for all of this, and there might be a purpose for why he's allowing the difficulties. But if we've taken care of our past, if we've asked forgiveness for the things that we need to ask forgiveness for, then guess what? That's not the issue. Because I've taken care of my past, because we take care of our past, he will use our present to prepare us for our future. Maybe here this morning you need to ask for forgiveness. Maybe it's time to stop making excuses for the way you're acting and just say, I'm wrong. Please forgive me. You'll find a lot more freeing. I encourage you to do it. And I encourage you to do it right now. I'm going to go ahead and pray a prayer. Because sometimes, not only do we need to ask God to forgive us, but we need to forgive ourselves. Some of our memories are way too good. We're remembering all the things that we did and the things that we said. And we're not forgiving ourselves. We're not letting ourselves heal. We're not letting ourselves experience the forgiveness that God has for us. we're still trying to pay a price that he already paid. So if you need forgiveness, just begin to pray right now and talk to God as I pray. Father, we thank you, Lord Jesus, that we can ask for forgiveness. And so as many, Father, are asking for forgiveness right now for things that they've done, Lord, I ask for you to help us to forgive ourselves. Help us to let go of our past, Lord God. And even though that past shaped us and made us who we are today, it doesn't have a hold on us anymore. It has taught us to go to you and to trust you and not ourselves. So I pray, Lord God, as we receive forgiveness, that we'll believe it and we'll forgive ourselves also. In Jesus' name, amen. In the book of 2 Kings chapter 6, there's a story about Elisha. Elisha was telling secrets that the king was sharing, and he was telling the secrets to the king's enemies. So when the king found out about it, he sent some troops to go ahead and take care of this Elijah character and shut him up. And we pick up the story in verse 15 of chapter 6. It says, when the servant of the man of God got up and went out early the next morning, an army with horses and chariots had surrounded the city. Oh no, my Lord, what shall we do? The servant asked. Don't be afraid, the prophet answered. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. Some of you need to remember that verse. Some of you need to memorize that verse. Some of you need to go ahead and write that verse down, put it in your wallet, put it in your purse, put it in your phone, so that any time life comes against you, you need to pull that out and say, those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And then it says Elijah prayed, it says, open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see. And the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he looked and saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. We need to have our eyes opened. We need to see that in this situation, that every situation will look camera from here until eternity, that we are not surrounded by our circumstances. Even though we might feel like we're surrounded by our circumstances, we are really surrounded by God. And that's what God was trying to show me through Psalms 23. He's in front of me. He's leading me. He's beside me in the present circumstances. He's following me. He's behind me, guarding me with his loving goodness. Guess what that means? God is surrounding me. He's all around me. Just like he's all around you. He's got you covered in the front. He's got you covered on the side. He's got you covered in the back. You are surrounded. I am surrounded. So we're not surrounded by our circumstances because God is surrounding those. So be encouraged today. That even though you might feel like you're alone, you are not. God is all around you. He's working out his purposes in each one of us. He's working out his purposes for this community, for this nation. I don't know where it's all going to head, but I trust the one who does. And I encourage each one of us today to trust him. I'm going to have Joseph go ahead and lead the song that he did earlier. A song entitled Do It Again. And those who have had any length of time serving God, you've got stories of when God's come through. When he's led you, when he's been beside you, when he's been following you, protecting you from your past. He's got all those stories. This is just another story that he is going to write on our life story that says, watch how I do it again in this. That I take a situation that seemed impossible, and I was able to do things in you and me, in this community, in this nation, in this world, that could not have been accomplished in any other way. And I encourage you to trust him. As you listen to the words of these songs, as you sing the words of these songs, be determined that you're going to trust him no matter what.
Sing you move. I've seen you move. This is my confidence. You never fail me. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness. Your faithfulness. I'll stand in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail me. Sing. I've seen you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I'll see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I see you do it again. See you do it again. See you do it again. See you do